Hello everyone and welcome to Wilson Waffling Live episode 42, recorded Sunday the 10th of May 2015. This week's episode is called Voting for Everything. Run titles.
Wilson Waffling.
Hello and welcome to Wilson Waffling Live. Hang on, I'm just going to press a button as well. Press a button and flip the camera. Press a button and flip the camera. There we go. So welcome to Wilson Waffling Live. It's Sunday. It's gone 7 o'clock. 3 minutes past. I was a little bit late today. And we are here together once more. Me, you and everyone. And this week's show is a bit of a, how can I say it? It's probably a bit of a mismatch. A mismatch because I've been extremely busy this week, and normally it takes me a long time to sort of like actually create the show and actually get everything together. But this time I've done absolutely nothing at all. So all I'm going to be doing is that we're going to have a little chat about something. And do you want to know, I must say this because I don't know if you ever noticed, but I often go I actually broadcast this on an app called Periscope at the same time. So Periscope is busy on the app down there, and I'm going to start a tally chart because every time I broadcast, it's just sort of like I just get gay. Oh, and some nastiness. Liam Bennett, that's not very nice. You shouldn't say things like that. Not very nice at all. Chunk. Anyway, yes, so I'm here, and this week's show, I was shocked. I was shocked about the comment on there, and I didn't like it. And yes, so anyway, gay. So that's what I get all the time. And you know, over the weekend, you might watch me sometimes. I have a Minecraft server, and I sometimes broadcast on Twitch, and there I get the same. I get exactly the same, whole load of insults, and I don't know why. Perhaps it's just this good-looking face of mine. Anyway, on today's show, and remember, please, that if you would like to follow me on Twitter, then by all means you can follow me at iWilsonYSJ, and by all means tweet along. And if you are going to tweet anything throughout the show that is nice and clean and decent, then please do not forget to hashtag it WillWaffLive. Apart from that, I did, just so you know, I cheated a bit, because you might know that what I normally do is that I normally have a segment of the show called Wilson Waffling Answers Questions, or Ask Wilson Waffling. And what I've done this week, because I wasn't really prepared for the show because I've been working late every day of the week, I thought I better check it just to make sure. But you'll be pleased to know that there was no questions there, so there was nothing to actually answer this week. So I'm putting up, you can see just now down here, you can see the actual address for that. So if there are any questions that you would like to ask me at any point, then please go along and have a look, and type in the question and see what comes up. And you type in the question, I'll see what comes up. Let's get my mouth in gear, and then we can see how it's going. Now, the other thing is that I don't know if you remember, but we are actually running a voting system at the moment, and we're actually voting to see whether or not we can try to persuade my mom to come on the live show, and either via Skype or actually come and sit next to me, or we don't know. So if you're interested in voting for that, then you can find the poll online. Just go to wilsonwaffling.co.uk, and if you go to any of the episodes. So if you go to episode 41, for example, there is a little voting box there, and you can click on there and vote along. And at the current moment in time, due to the vastness of my popularity on broadcasting live on YouTube, we've got an outstanding 4 votes. 4 votes, but you'll be pleased to know that the 4 votes all say yes. So at the moment, it looks like I'm going to have to try to persuade her to be on. But whether or not those 4 votes are keep there, they might get unbalanced by 4 no's. But at the present moment in time, it looks like I'm going to have to persuade her to be here. So which is going to take some persuading, and I'm not too sure how am I actually going to achieve that. But anyway, we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So I just want to show you, as you know, I have my wilsonwaffling.co.uk website, and I just wanted to show you just quickly where to find that, and also what you might be able to see in the future or from this week on that site. So here's wilsonwaffling.co.uk, and remember, if you would like to go and watch last week's show, it's there. And that, let me just zoom in. I still haven't found a nice easy way of doing that, but baby bikes and tables was last week's show. That was planned for, believe it or not. And you can see, if you go to that site there, that page, there's a little box there that says, would you like my mum to appear Wilson Waffling Live? Okay, so by all means, if you're desperate to see her or get her on here, she's 76, by the way. I think she's 76. Yeah, she's round about that. So the other thing is, this week I actually tried my dab hand at artwork, and you can see it just above me, just there. I tried to take. I wrote an article called Turbo Twitter. And I thought, what wouldn't it be brilliant to have a Twitter bird with a jet engine on? So that is, I'm not going to put my mouse over it, but you can see it. It's just there above my head, there, up there. That is the sum total of my artistic work. That is it. And although I often say to people, I'm not creative at all, I'm not creative, and they go, yes, you are. There is the proof. The proof is up there, guys. That is some form of my creativity. So if you would like to go and have a watch that, then, or read or listen, then by all means pop along there. So that's all I want to talk about the site, because there's something really exciting happened on Thursday. Well, it wasn't maybe exciting for some people, but of course we had the general election on Thursday. And did you vote? Did you all vote? Did everybody vote for somebody? And if you're old enough to vote, but hopefully you are, I hope you voted and that you went along and you cast your vote. And I was coming back from having a morning coffee this morning, and I suddenly thought, throughout the world that we live in, throughout the actual sort of like the whole world, there's a lot of voting, isn't there? And, the general election sort of like brought it to a head, and we all went out and put our little cross or our tick in a little box. But we vote a lot of the times. And I was just thinking, it's quite amazing what we actually vote for. And as you know, I have a Minecraft server, and there's some people, it's just crashed over the weekend. I don't know why it crashed or who crashed it. And if it was somebody out there who crashed it on purpose, I'll be watching you. But I went off and I fixed it. I fixed the Minecraft server, and I was looking at the engine site where everything happens for my Minecraft server. It looks a bit like this. So this is the engine site, and I was just noticing that there is actually. Oh. Somebody's on. It says that was some of the players on. Who's on? It must be Shield Bash or somebody. It was interesting that there's now a voting application that you can have for Minecraft that promotes your site, and you can click on it and vote for your site in ranks on other Minecraft sites to try to get a more popularity. And I thought, we have that. And the other thing that we have, and I've used it a lot, but it hasn't been all that successful. And you will find at the top, I'll just zoom in. I'm going to zip back to my own website now. You will notice that on my website, just above me there, can you see, just here, we have ratings to vote for. You can either give it 1 star or 2 stars. So you have voting there and ratings there. And I was just thinking, you know, really and truly, we live in a world that we're not just voting at general elections or local elections or anything like that. We're voting all the time. I think it's the BAFTAs tonight. And of course, for the BAFTAs, we have been voting. And I was having my lunch earlier on, and Britain's Got Talent replay was online, and we were voting. We were voting there again. And of course, I have, as you know, I have a YouTube channel that you might be actually watching this now, because you might actually subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, then that's absolutely fantastic. But as you know, I have a YouTube channel, and on my YouTube channel, here it is, Wilson Waffling, we of course vote. And if I go to this
University in Paper.
Yeah.
This was my interview with Laura Jackson, Student Union President. Of course, we have like buttons and voting buttons. 82 views. Well done, Laura. You've had 82 views and 1 like. 1 like. I think that was me. But 82 views. This makes you laugh. Look. So here's all my all my videos. You can see there's absolutely loads of them. So the top one is I think, yes, it's Wilson Waffling does the Ice Book Challenge. This is my top one. Some clever music there. Some clever. You remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Now? I don't. This is me and my giraffe. I'll say it properly. 2 cameras. This is me. I was actually signing at the same time. So, oh, my mom's on. What? Do you see my mom? She's the one who tries to hit me with the water. Hang on a minute. Hang on. She's going to appear any second. She's going to appear. Here she comes. Here she goes. She's going to come on. There she is. Bless her. Oh, we'll have to get her on. We'll have to get her on. Anyway, back to my page. So, that's the most popular one. 273 views. 273 views. My first night in Minecraft, 118 views. Usually, when I started off Wilson Waffling, look, 76, 55, 177, 21, 16. Now, 11, 17, 18, 14. I must be doing something wrong. Something must be going wrong, or people are bored of it. But Laura Jackson, 82. Well done, Laura. But again, here we are voting. You know, I must watch this because I often look back at this one, and this was the first ever one. Look, bless.
Oh, right. That's back now.
That was it. A bit of green screening going on.
Yes. I think I'm back.
I think I'm back. Excellent. But yeah, more voting, and we seem to vote and vote and vote and vote. Oh, a bit dark. Hang on, let's get something white up. Yeah, we vote a lot, and I was just thinking, what we vote for a huge amount of things. We vote for a huge amount of things, and I'm wondering whether or not we vote for certain reasons, or we just vote because we actually do like things. Do we vote because we actually do like things, or do we do tactical voting, even on things like Minecraft servers or YouTube videos or blog posts, and it's sort of like, do we actually sort of like go, yes, that's what we actually believe, or do we sort of like say, oh, they've had too much of that, let's vote for the other one, and try to make it even and things like that. And I often wonder, do we vote and think about the judgment of the vote? Do we sort of like think, when I vote this is how that person's going to feel? Or are we quite callous about it and just sort of like say, no, that was rubbish, thumbs down, or no, it was all right, I'll give them a thumbs up, so they continue and sort of like, continue to make videos and things like that. And I wonder whether or not we should actually vote to support rather than to criticize or judge, or whether or not we should just say, no, just do it real, just vote what we think. Now, of course, in education, because voting's not just in general elections and on YouTube and Minecraft servers and things like that, but it's also in teaching as well, and education. And of course, I often have voting apps, and we used to have little pods that you used to click and point at the Promethean board, but nowadays we have applications like eClicker and Socrative that allows you to vote. Or I don't know if you've seen what is it, Plicker is it called? Let me see if I can find it. I did a video about it, Plickers, and it's quite good, Plickers. Here we go. Here's the site. Plickers actually, you hold up. Can you see them holding up those little cards? And then you actually move your camera along, and it actually registers who's done what, and you can see who's actually who's actually voted for A, B, C, etc. And I think, let me just find, I actually did do a video about that. I'll just see if I can find it. Plickers, here we go. Here it is. This is a video I did.
Welcome to Wilson Waffling Does Apps, and this week we're going to be looking at an app called Plickers.
There we go.
When you've already go to the web page, and you can see the web page. There's several things that you need to be aware.
So this is voting in the actual classroom.
Your questions. So, what do you think of Wilson waffling?
So I think it's really interesting that even in education we're voting. And I was watching, as I said beforehand, I often watch Twitch and things like that, and live streams on there. And with that, there was still this idea of voting to what they would play, what will the person play today, and rather than just deciding, it's the idea that they vote for it. They actually go out and vote for it, and it's quite interesting that we've got to a stage in the world that we're voting. Everybody is voting, and I'm wondering, I mentioned before whether or not we should actually vote for judgments or support or whatever, or what we really think, and whether or not, it's come to a time that voting is just a way that we can pass our opinion. Britain's Got Talent, what do we have on our apps? A little app now, a little app to vote, so we too can sort of like join in and say what we think and what we don't think. And I don't know whether or not it's a good idea or not, this voting. And I think sometimes when you're quite removed from something, and you don't have that face to face, or you don't sort of like have that involvement, voting negatively or positively can be a lot easier. And it's just like click, forget. And is that what we should be doing? Is that how voting should happen? Or is it more like the general election, when we're thinking, you're voting for a difference here. You're voting to actually change something, or to actually establish something. And, when I look at my views, 14 views, which is better than one, and I look at other views and other sort of like other channels when they've got thousands of votes and positiveness, and I think good on them. They've really worked hard for that, and they've sort of like built up a set of followers, that sort of like appreciates their input and appreciates their sort of like their content. And I must say, I was watching, so I'm waffling. I know I'm waffling, but I waffle. I was watching Twitch over the weekend, as I said, and one of the things I really thought was interesting is watching the streams for to sort of almost like to analyze what content do they put out there to actually, it sounds a very sort of like academic thing to do, but I was really interested what actually goes into making these people popular and the shows popular. And it was really one thing I sort of like noticed a lot was almost like this interaction with the viewers, and it almost like brought things real. This two-way discussion with the audience and who was watching, and although like seen on Periscope it can be quite negative at times. It could be quite negative and almost like insulting, but some of the times once you've got a real sort of like group of followers, then it can almost like be a community, and that community has sort of like, I guess they voted for you, because they voted for you to sort of like come back and watch you every week, and sort of like get involved every week, and sort of like interact with you every week, and that sort of like improves your community. You have almost like formed a very academic term this, but like a community of practice. And so it's not just a community of practice in education, but these little communities exist all over the place, and sort of like contribute and support and literally vote for each other in those sort of like small communities. So anyway, it's at the moment I've just checked the chat room. Here's the chat room. We have a chat room. We have a small community that you can always go along and have a contribution on. There it is, 2 people chatting. I don't know why I come up twice. I always come up twice. But there is a chat room on Ustream if you ever want to go along and contribute. And of course, you can. I often monitor the Twitter throughout, and to see whether or not anybody's on there. And we did end up. We started off with 8 people on Periscope. 8 people. Now we're down to 0. They sort of like, no, you're not interesting. Bye bye. And they voted as well. They voted and they've gone. They've gone. So, and that's fine. If you don't like it, you vote with your feet, don't you? So anyway, one thing I would really like to recommend you do is that if you have enjoyed today's video or enjoy listening to me here, then by all means give it a big thumbs up on YouTube, or give it a thumbs up anywhere, or vote, and come back next week. And the other thing that would be fantastic is that if you can actually nip along to the chat room, and post something in there and say hello, and then that would be fantastic as well. Or tweet on Twitter using this hashtag here, this name here at iWilsonYSJ, or hashtag it WillWaffLive, which is like that. So sorry for the short show this week. I hope you've enjoyed it nevertheless, and it was a bit of a waffle about voting, and I'm going to really work hard on next week's show, and hopefully I'll be back next week at 7 o'clock to do a similar thing if you are around. Now if you are off to do revision now, if you've got GCSEs, or you're off to do some assignment work, then have a lovely evening. Thank you for spending the time to come and listen to me, or have a watch if you're watching live. And I will see you all next week without fail. Hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend, and I'll catch you all later. See you later. Bye.